Okay, so we just finished up our story here, right? Waterhole waiting. And today we're going to talk about something called setting. How many of you have heard of setting before? Good. Okay, so I'm going to need lots of people to help me out today with setting. So we're going to talk about setting in this book. Okay? Let's first talk about what setting is. Setting is where and when the story takes place. The setting of a story is where and when the story takes place. Can you guys tell me, what's the setting of a story? Everyone together.
Where and when the story takes place.
Absolutely. So the setting of a story is
where and when the story takes place.
Okay. Excellent. Setting is where and when the story takes place. Now, when we're talking about when, there are quite a few different options for when, right? It could be time of year, a time in history, right? Maybe present day, maybe during a war, right? Maybe 20 years ago. It might be, like we said today, it might be in the future, okay? So when can be more than just today, right? Where, maybe, can do things like, where is it taking place? Is it inside? Is it outside? Is it in a certain state? Or in a certain country? In a store? In a field? Okay? The where can be wherever that story takes place. So we're going to use our book that we read for Read Aloud today, and I'm going to tell you what the setting of this story is. Here's a picture from our book today. Okay? Remember this picture? We have the monkey, right? And the monkey's sitting in the tree, and what is he looking down here at? What was this? Someone tell me, what was this? Right here.
The water.
The water, right? So we have to figure out, what is the setting of this story? Well, I know that the where of this story is the water hole, isn't it? Because in the entire story, the monkey is trying to do what? Get a drink of water, okay? So we know the where. The where is at the watering hole, and we'll get more specific here in a minute. What about the when? I think the when in the story would just be present day, wouldn't it? It's today. It's daylight. Well, how do I know that it's daylight? It's sunny, right? Let's look at the words that were on this page so we can confirm our answer, because I think that my setting is at the watering hole during the day. At the watering hole during the day. So let's look at the words and see if we can prove me right. Sun climbs the sky like an acrobat and dangles at the top. Heat sizzles the savanna, heavy on monkey's fur. Monkey stares at the water hole. The hippo trail appears to be clear. Wait! Mama grabs his ear. Now, if you remember, I said that the where was at the water hole. Is that my where of the setting? Good. Now, what about I said when? Someone remind me, what did I say was the when in the story?
Present day.
I said present day, yeah. How am I going to prove that in here? If you look here, isn't this here describing a day? Isn't the sun up during daytime?
Yes.
So could that be my proof?
Yes.
To prove that the setting of waterhole waiting is at the waterhole during the day?
Yes.
Absolutely. Will you help me try a different text now? Will you help me? Someone remind me, what is setting again? What two things do we need? If I ask you setting, what two things am I looking for? When and where. Excellent. So I've got a little paragraph here from the story Touching Bear. What I want you to do right now from where you're sitting is, in your own voice, I want you to read this paragraph out loud to yourself. Okay? When I say go. Is everyone ready? So you're going to read this out loud to yourself. Keep reading it until I say stop. On your mark. Get set. Go.
Cole Matthews knelt defiantly in the bow of the bone skin as he faced forward into the cold September wind. More steel handcuffs fit at his edges every time crowds lapsed into their way. Overhead, the gray matted sky hung like a bad about. Cole strained at the cuffs, even though he had agreed to wear them until he was free on the island in his band. Agreed to spend a year with himself was the only way to avoid the jokes.
Okay, stop. So we said that the two pieces of information to figure out the setting of something is the where and the when, right? Can anyone help me? What is the where? What is the where part of setting in this paragraph? Ty, help me. What is it?
Alaska.
Alaska! Is there anything that's even more specific? Because Alaska is a big place, right? I think it gives us a little more detail.
Southeast.
Southeast Alaska. So we know where this story is taking place. Are we done with setting?
No.
No, what's the second part of setting for me again? When? Who can help me and answer when is this story taking place? Right here in the middle for me.
Me?
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, September. And September is a what? A month. So class, can someone tell me in one sentence, what is the setting of the passage that we just read? What is the setting?
In September in Southeast Alaska.
Good. This story takes place in September in Southeast Alaska. Excellent. So class, anytime that you're asked what the setting of a story is, what do we need to include? What do we need to include? Way in the back.
Me?
Yeah.
Where the story took place and when the story took place.
Excellent. So everyone, one time for me. Setting tells us
Where and when the story takes place.
excellent. Tomorrow you are going to be working with Miss Joseph even more on setting. Okay? You did a wonderful job. Do me a favor if you'll slide your chairs back to your seats. Thank you.